Everyone, thanks for joining us for the Keeping Pace Resource Zoom. We're so honored to have Steve Good, the current president and CEO of Five Keys, the organization. Thank you so much, Steve, for coming.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Really nice meeting you recently. I know you announced your retirement.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, well, it's a slow goodbye. So I'm not just packed up and going after 18 years of Five Keys. Starting here when we had 12 employees to today we have 1,200 employees. A budget from $2 million to now about $140 million. We've had incredible growth and a lot of success, but I just feel now in my early 60s that it's time for me to explore a new chapter in life. But it's not going to be overnight. We're going to have a very thought out, methodical process, trying to attract the best talent possible for this unique position. And then I'll stick around for a year mentoring them while they transition from president to president and CEO of Five Keys at the end of 2 years.
Nice.
So it's not a slow goodbye, it's a long, drawn out, painful goodbye for everybody.
What would you say would be some of the major successes during your tenure?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of successes. I mean, we've won awards, accolades, had news stories and articles written about us. Wagner School out of NYU named us one of the 15 most promising programs in the world. We won California Charter School of the Year. We won Harvard University's Innovation in Governments Award. Through this work, I was asked to do a fellowship at Stanford University where I was a social entrepreneur and resident, and that was really a reflection of Five Keys, not me. Those are all incredible things, but the real impact we had is on the lives that we've changed, the lives that we've saved, and the individuals that we serve. People ask me, what is Five Keys today? We started off as a school, and we transitioned to many different services. What we really are today is a workforce development agency that focuses on changing people's lives. And the most important work we do is actually with our staff. We currently have about 750 formerly incarcerated individuals working for us. That's 750 individuals that are those most likely to be caught up in the social services web of confusion, of trying to re-enter society, not know how they're going to get a job, not know where they're going to get their medical, not how to use technology because of the lack of services they had while they were inside, but actually being able to come to Five Keys and restart their lives, gain decent employment, get a living wage, get health benefits, and have Five Keys be a stepping stool to their future life, their next career. To me, that's really the essence of Five Keys. Amazing stuff we've done with the school, all the high school graduates, the thousands of high school graduates we've had that, adults that never would have graduated from high school had it not been for Five Keys. The thousands of individuals that we house on any given night in our housing programs. And the literally, thousands of employees that go through us, through our transitional employment program, that get gainful, very good employment at the end through our CalWorks program, CalCruise program, where somebody after working with us has a very good chance of getting a state job with a pension and healthcare. So those are our successes, and I feel it's time for somebody else to take it to the next level.
Okay, terrific. What is your affiliation, Five Keys affiliation with Cap Alliance?
Right. So Cap Alliance, we are closely affiliated. We're first cousins. Dave Bates, who is our Vice President of Reentry and Transitional Employment, started the Cap Alliance as a Five Keys employee. And the idea was bringing together the various groups that are out there, instead of us all working in separate silos, to really having a collective impact model and bringing all the silos together and talking about the different services that are out there so we can leverage each other's services to help support one another through our shared and common goals. And so this is actually just an amazing initiative of Dave Bates. He credits Five Keys more so than he should, because this is really an initiative he drove and found and has been the driving force behind. And yes, he's done it while he's been working with Five Keys and for Five Keys, but it's that's why I say we're first cousins, because Dave's really the founder of it. He did it while working for Five Keys, but this is really his baby, and it's quite spectacular.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
What is in your future, would you say?
Right.
You seem younger than your years.
Yeah. I joke around with Dave. My hair was brown, just a few years ago. No, so I plan on consulting with Five Keys for next year or two.
Sure.
Definitely next year, and potentially the year after that, in a more diminished role. It's because we're so vast. We're a school, we're housing, we're transitional employment, we have a farm. We have so many different programs. We're in the prisons, we're in the jails, that it really takes a while to get to know and truly understand the nuance of what we do and the different programs that we operate. So anybody coming in, they might know a lot about housing, they might know a lot about reentry, but what are the odds of them knowing about running an adult high school with 4,000 students at 80 locations throughout the state? That's a pretty slim skill set, and so I'll need to hang around to help that person navigate the challenges that we have in our various corners of Five Keys, at least for a year, until they get kind of the hang of it and understand what it's like here and who can you call on, and how do you make things work at Five Keys.
Terrific. What would you say some of the key components are for Five Keys to experience as much success, frankly, under your tenure the last 18 years, for 18 to 20 years into the future?
Right, great question. I don't know that the success of Five Keys has necessarily been under my tenure as much as the teams and the incredible staff that we've built at Five Keys, and various department heads, individuals like Dave Bates, Elise Graham, Lisa Haynes, Lisa Pitters. The list, Dork Scarpelli, the list of our key managers, they've been around Five Keys for a while, and they know us, and it's really through their leadership and our board's leadership that Five Keys has been able to grow and be successful. I've just been kind of driving the ship, but they're the engineers working on the engine and making sure all the cogs are moving and doing the real work. So I think somebody that has the vision for growth, has the right amounts of risk-taking initiatives in their bones, isn't afraid to say no to really hard questions, and say yes to the really important ones, and someone who actually really believes deeply in the people that work for Five Keys, the people we serve, because literally the people we serve, the people that work for us and the people we serve in many ways are the same, but also they have families. And in the line of work that we're in, dealing with the populations that we work with, we have to attack the problem at the source, and that's the client, the staff person, because it'll become generational otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our own staff have kids, and if a parent ends up reincarcerated, then their child now has a parent reincarcerated, thus increasing the likelihood that they'll become incarcerated. If we're dealing with families that are formerly homeless, helping them secure permanent housing, because otherwise the likelihood that their kids will continue to be homeless becomes increasingly significant. So it's really attacking the problem where it's at, and I completely forgot the question.
Well, no, that you answered it very, very well. I just have been thinking while you've been talking as well, what a remarkable testament to walking the walk when 750 of your 1,200 employees have been incarcerated.
Yeah.
Is that a correct? I mean, is that
Yeah,
did I
yeah,
I catch that?
You did. I mean, I actually think the number might be a little bit higher than that.
Even
Actually,
higher. I mean, it's
but,
just so.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
just
yeah.
I just applaud you so much for that. It's one thing to talk about it once a year at a summit, to give, etc. But I mean, it's truly walking the walk. And then the last question I have, Steve, if you're comfortable with this, if it's not too much, what is the best piece of professional advice you've been given in your career, or would you say top 5?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't know so much if it's advice or working from two leaders that to this day I think about all the time. And it wasn't the advice, is what they showed me. They showed me that no one's above anything in the agency. From the very top person, you see something on the floor, pick it up. You know, you walk into a bathroom, something's dirty, wipe the counter off. You see water, you know, grab a mop. Doesn't matter who you are. Knowing what you're talking about, being prepared, perseverance, being kind. Those are all attributes that early in my career, when I was waiting tables, believe it or not, and working at the Gap of all places as a teenager, my supervisors all showed those things to me, and I saw them grow in their careers. One of which, my supervisors, now the CEO of Restoration Hardware, he was my manager at the Gap.
Gosh, wow.
And just seeing these guys demonstrate, you know, compassion, hard work, knowledge, knowing what they're talking about, that to me was the secret, you know. So,
well, what a great answer. Thank you so much, Steve.
Hey, thank
I
you.
really appreciate it. And
Thank you for-
best of luck to you in your future. And
Great.
I hope to keep you longer than 2 years.
Yep, I'll be around for a while.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.